Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Howdy, friend. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas History Roundup for March 12th. In 1836, the delegates at Washington on the Brazos passed a resolution that, quote, a single star of 5 points, either gold or silver, be adopted as the peculiar emblem of the Republic, and that every officer and soldier of the Army and members of this convention and all friends of Texas be requested to wear it on their hats and bosoms. End quote. The same day at Gonzales, General Sam Houston finished organizing the Army, with Edward Burleson, Sidney Sherman, and Alexander Somerville elected as colonels. The rest of the day was spent in drill and tactics. In 1914, a second battleship named the USS Texas was commissioned. It served in World War I and was present at the surrender of the German fleet in 1918. In World War II, it was the flagship during the Omaha Beach landings on June 6, 1944, and by early 1945, it was supporting landings at Iwo Jima and Okinawa, both of which my grandfather was in, James Sr. On December 6, 1946, Governor Coke Stevenson accepted the USS Texas from the U.S. Navy, and in 1948 it became a National Historic Landmark when moored near the San Jacinto Monument. In 1920, the Longshoremen's Strike in Galveston began when 1,600 workers of the International Longshoremen's Association joined a nationwide dockworkers strike. The Mallory and Morgan steamship lines hired black laborers to replace workers in all-white locals, and white laborers to replace workers in all-black locals. On May 13th, Governor William P. Hobby sent the Texas Rangers to protect non-strikers, and on June 7th declared martial law. Galveston ILA workers returned to work several months later with a lower pay increase than initially demanded. This confrontation was a clear victory for open shop advocates, essentially destroying ILA local chapters and resulting in the Texas legislature passing an open port law. In 1941, the Corpus Christi Naval Air Station, the largest onshore training ground for American sailors and sea pilots, was dedicated. Called the University of the Air, it graduated more aviation cadets during World War II than any other training school. It covered 20,000 acres with its primary field at Flower Bluff. Corpus Christi was selected due to its superior weather compared to other U.S. flight schools, averaging 87% good to excellent conditions. And in 1991, Howard E. Butt died in Corpus Christi. He came to Texas from Tennessee in 1904 and in 1919 took over the C.C. Butt grocery store in Kerrville, which had been started by his mother, Florence. In 1935, he began calling it the H.E. Butt Grocery Company, and in 1946 it became simply H.E.B. Butt was one of the first to develop the concept of one-stop shopping. All right, that, my friend, was your Texas History Roundup for March 12th. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow on the next one. You take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.